Just a quick warning, I filmed this video before my exams, and as the exam came up, I didn't really have time to edit the video. As you've seen on the thumbnail, this subject is kind of old already, but I still wanted to talk about it, and I didn't film this video for nothing. So, enjoy!
E caro, e casan, e cale. Wherever you are in the world, I say hello to you. And today, we're back with another video. So guys, I'm feeling so sore right now because I've started working out again. And let's just say that it's not working out for me. I can't feel my arms no more. I can't feel my arms no more. I know you don't care, but I still have to say it, okay? Thank you so much for 500 plus subscribers. Like, guys, thank you so much. If you're returning subscribers, hello to you. And if you're new here, you have mesmerizing eyes. So because I complimented you, can you like click the subscribe button and the notification bell? Am I gaslighting you? Yes, it's gaslighting. As I've complimented you, you need to subscribe. Yeah, it's a win-win situation, okay? I compliment, you subscribe. And of course, do not hesitate to follow me on my social media, my Hingram and my TikToky. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So, from the title, you've guessed it, we're gonna be talking about Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, also known as Katy Perry. She was born in October 25th, 1984. She is known as an American singer, songwriter, and also a television personality due to her appearance in the American Idol, or was it American's Got Talent? One of the two. She is one of the best-selling music artists of the 21st century, having sold more than 143 million records worldwide. She is also known for her influence in pop music and camp style. She was called the Queen of Camp by the Rolling Stone and Vogue. And she was also known to be the highest paid female artist in 2015 and 2018. Now that you have a little bit of background about Katy Perry, let's get into the controversies, because this woman has a lot of controversies following her. Now, a lot of people are asking the question, why is Katy Perry flopping? Well, honestly, her flop didn't really start today. It is something that has been going on for a long time now. But let's get into the beginning of her career. She was first known as a gospel artist. Now, this shocked me when I was doing my research. I was like, this girl used to do gospel music? Wow. What a switch. She has released her first album in 2001 at 16 years old, but she was not really known as a gospel singer. She was not really out there. A lot of people were not listening to her music, and her popularity skyrocketed when she came out with her second album, which is Teenage Dream, that everybody knows. So she became popular after Teenage Dream, but not as popular as the Katy Perry that we know today. Her popularity skyrocketed after the release of her third album called Prism, that everybody knows, and also had a lot of bangers. We had Roar, we had Dark Horse. It was incredible. Honestly, when I was younger, I really used to listen to Katy Perry a lot. After releasing Prism, she released Witness. That was during the time that Trump got voted as president for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, we could say that her downfall started at that time. So what was Witness all about? Witness was a renewal of Katy Perry personality. She wanted to show a new facet of her personality, a new facet of herself to the world. To do so, she decided to denounce what is going on in society, which is corruption, manipulation, patriarchy, you know, all those type of things going on in our world today that unfortunately we cannot prevent. And she wanted to use her album Witness as a way to stand up for society, but it really didn't go as planned. Her first song that we all know, Chained to the Rhythm, was quite a good song in my own opinion, and was to the picture the corruption and that everybody follows what they're told to do. It was a critique of society that people do not think for themselves and just do what everybody else is doing, or just do what they're told to do. You know, if you look at the clip, you can really see that they're following, how can I say that, a routine, you know? And honestly, when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was scared. The clip scared me for some reason. It was just them smiling all the time like this. It was just very scary to me. But anyway, the song was not bad, but the song didn't really have a deep meaning to it for other people. I mean, people listened to the song, but they were not like, okay, they were like, okay, girl, I see what you're trying to do here, but I don't really see what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? And also, people didn't take her seriously, because right after Change to the Rhythm, you had her song Bon Appetit that has literally nothing to do with, you know, advocating for humans' rights. People were confused. People were like, wait, you just did Change to the Rhythm, but then we have Bon Appetit. It has nothing to do with... Bref, just honestly speaking, people were not taking her seriously, because, I mean, we could see that she was trying to explore other facets of herself, but it's just looked so unauthentic, honestly. And allegedly speaking, only the brother of Miley Cyrus said that, but allegedly she was copying Miley Cyrus, because we all know Miley Cyrus was a Disney star, and then she was like, I don't want to be a Disney star no more, I want to be my own person. And that's how she became the Miley Cyrus we know today. She went from Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus. And people were like, okay, so you're just trying to do what Miley Cyrus did, because she was kind of copying the same, you know, the same pace that Miley Cyrus took. She was trying to do the same thing, cutting her hair and everything. A lot of people critiqued her for cutting her hair, by the way, which I do not understand. I mean, it's her hair. She does whatever she wants with her hair. But anyway, people are still gonna talk. And the criticism really got worse after her live stream called Witness Worldwide. People were not really feeling it, especially when she started crying with her therapist, when she was talking to her therapist. People just didn't see it as authentic. Again, authenticity, Jesus, English, authenticity, authenticity. Oh my God, wait, Google.
Authenticity.
Authenticity. People didn't just see it as authentic. People were like, okay, it's like she's forcing herself to do all those things and to say all those things and to think all those things. And her flop era didn't stop, because after the release of her next album, which is called Smile, let's just say that nobody paid attention to this album. Nobody. Look, honestly, it's during those research that I did for this video that I discovered that she even released an album. I had no idea she released an album. I gotta feel bad, because really nobody paid attention to her album Smile, and it was kind of her, you know, entering motherhood and things like that, and she just wanted to share this with the whole world. And also her single Smile that she released, talking about the fact that even though she faces a lot of criticism, she still has a smile on her face. Yeah, I listened to the songs from her album and they're not that good. Some of them are good, that I won't lie, but most of them are not that good to me. So this is the flop concerning more of her career, but let's talk about the flop concerning her personality. Because even though Katy Perry associates herself with feminism in her own way, and says that she is an advocate for feminism, that she wants to help people, she is really a very outspoken person when it concerns, well, you know, people's rights. But at the same time, we have seen some behaviors coming from her that are not really ethical, if you know what I mean. Let's start with this controversy, because there are a lot of controversies. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but I'm going to talk about some few that really made me really extremely angry. Guys, there is an entire law, American law, L-A-W, law, that is named after her. The Perry's Act. The Perry Act. Yeah. What is the Perry Act, you say? Let me tell you the story so that you know. There was this man that had one foot in the grave, and Katy Perry thought that it was a good idea to close a deal with this man that was not conscious or not well enough to make any type of deals. She decided to make a deal with him to buy his mansion. But like I said, this man was very ill, one foot in the grave. This man had no idea of what he was doing. He was not in a state to do this type of big decision, which is selling his mansion. So when he realized that something was wrong, he decided to take Katy Perry to court. And the Perry Act basically is you not taking advantage of old people. She took advantage of a dying man just to buy his mansion. That's not the only horrible thing she did. So she wanted to buy, was it a church or something? Anyway, she wanted to buy it, and there were nuns that were not really okay with her buying it, especially that they've already closed the deal with someone else. So they didn't really want to sell it to her. They said that Katy Perry is everything they do not believe in. She is everything that is wrong with society. Basically, that's what they said. And it proceeded to a court settlement. This woman likes taking people to court. There's a pattern. And one of the nuns, she died. Yeah, paix à son âme. Vraiment, elle méritait pas de mourir comme ça, surtout de cette manière-là. She died, and her last word was literally, Katy Perry, stop. You're making people suffer.
And to Katy Perry to please stop. It's not doing anyone any good except hurting a lot of people.
I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. It's just that I don't like seeing old people suffer. Actually, I don't like seeing people suffer in general. Especially old people. They're very vulnerable, you know what I mean? Her taking advantage of an old person to buy his mansion, and then taking advantage of old nuns to buy their church is just very unethical. Let's move on to the other controversy. There was an Australian woman that had a business called Katy Perry. Well, Katy Perry was not okay with that, and she decided to sue her. Like I said, there's a pattern. She likes bringing people to court. So basically, people working for Katy Perry said that, okay, if you do not stop your business right now, we're gonna bring you to court, blah, 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 blah. You know, all those things they say just to manipulate you, basically. The Australian woman doing her business was not really okay with, stopping her business. I mean, she's a small business. It's not as if she's world known. And just so you know, that incident of her small company being called Katy Perry was when Katy Perry was not even known like that. It was back in 2008, back in 2010, she was not really known as Katy Perry yet. She was not globally known. So her naming her business Katy Perry has nothing to do with her, in my own perspective again. But then Katy Perry's team backed down with their suing. And after that, Katy Perry came out with her line of shoes, which proceeded to another court case. Well, this time, the Australian woman is the one that called for this court case, and it didn't go well, unfortunately, and she had to close her business. Like I said, there's a pattern. I think that Katy Perry, she knows she has power, and she's kind of profiting out of her having power. Anyway, let's get to the next controversies, which are more of a racial controversy. A lot of people felt that Katy Perry was kind of exaggerating when she did her dark horse clip video, and everybody was like, oh my god, this is so racist, she's profiting out of Egyptian culture. Yeah, people were not really happy with that, and it even got worse when she did her concert, and you could clearly see women of color being dressed as mummies with oversized booties and oversized lips. Babes, I can't defend you. Another controversy concerning race is when she dressed as a geisha in one of her concerts to be more spiritual. Jesus. Look, before people come and attack me in the comment section, there's nothing wrong with cultural appreciation, but cultural appropriation is a different thing. And I feel like in those situations, she was clearly appropriating and not appreciating. What really made me mad is this interview that she made where she was saying,
I didn't know about all those things. I just learned about it. I have a black friend.
She told me about the power in black women's hair. I listened and I heard.
And I didn't know.
That helped me understand, because I cannot be in their place. I've worked with so many Black people.
Well, she didn't say Black people, but she gave examples. So after seeing this clip, I was like, girl, I'm looking at you. And it's not looking good for you at all. Mm-mm. Now that we have looked at her past controversies, let's talk about more of her recent controversy. Shall we? Now, Mrs. Madame Katy Perry, we are going to space for 11 minutes. Then we are kissing the ground like Djokovic when he wins a tennis match. What really made me even more angry during all this process is her saying that
we're advocating for feminism.
How does you doing a space journey sponsored by Jeff Bezos helps feminism in any way, shape, or form? For me, it was just like a vanity stunt. Yeah, they just wanted to show the world that, hey guys, we're rich. Can't you see? The money is there. So as I said prior, her going to space for 11 minutes with a bunch of women in catsuits didn't help feminism in any way, shape, or form. As it is written here, to become an astronaut, you generally need to be a US citizen and possess a master's degree in a STEM field such as engineering, biological science, physical science, computer science, or mathematics from an accredited institution. The master's degree is a fundamental requirement to qualify for the astronaut program. This educational foundation provides the necessary scientific and technical knowledge. The specific requirements might evolve, so staying updated with the latest guidelines from space agencies is essential. So, to tell you that being an astronaut is not easy. It demands a lot of hard work. I mean, a master's degree, guys, this is at least 5 years of your life. To have master's, first of all, you need to have your bachelor. And here in Belgium, a bachelor is 3 years and the master's is 2 or 3, depending on what type of studies you're doing. So yeah, it demands a lot of work, especially the fact that a master's degree is not enough because there's, trainings that are required to be an astronaut. Before the astronaut can actually go to space, they train in like space simulations. They need to muscle up. They need to eat specific diets because when you're up there, you're not going to be eating the food that we eat here on Earth. No. So they have to train physically, mentally, spiritually. Any type of training is needed to be an astronaut. So after so many years of training, so many years of education, you can finally go to space and you will stay there for at least 6 months. And then you have women that are so rich, they can just go to space just like that. And when she came down, the interviewer said, "Oh, now we can call you an astronaut." She was like,
Yeah.
She started sinking in space and showing her daisy all around the place. Girl, no. Girl, we don't do that. It was not necessary. Sincerely, I get it. She was trying to do it for her daughter or something. Then again, your daughter didn't need that. It's just so annoying to see that so many people work so hard to be astronauts and to actually go to space, especially that going to space is very dangerous. And then you have billionaires just going there for fun and calling it, is a feminism right movement. If I slap you there. And all this she did to promote her new album, which is 143. Am I going to listen to the songs of that album? No. And it already started bad when she released Women's World. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this song is pretty catchy. That's a woman's world and you're lucky to believe. The song is catchy, but the intentions behind it are kind of, especially that you decided to work with an alleged sexual harasser. I'm just saying, you decided to associate yourself with a predator, allegedly, because I don't want to be sued. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for her new album 143, she decided to have help from Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke is actually a man behind a lot of celebrities like Keisha, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and he worked on a lot of music, such as Katy Perry, California Girls, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a very well-known name in the music industry, but Keisha came out to say that he was sexually harassing her. And after that, a lot of people came to her defense, such as Lady Gaga, Katy Perry. She didn't really come to for her defense, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she didn't really defend her at that time. She was more concentrated of not being associated with this matter. But Lady Gaga, I really do remember that time. She was really supportive of Keisha. Heart to Lady Gaga. I love this woman, by the way. It's off subject, but I love this woman, Lady Gaga. For her new album, she decided to associate herself with a predator. And the music is bad, but like I said, it is a very catchy song, and it kind of reminds me of the vibe of 2010s, which I'm gonna come back to in a few minutes. Like I said, she came out with a new song, Women's World, and the song was followed by so many controversies. First of all, she was trying to put out the message of feminism, but the message was not passing at all for nobody. Actually, nobody was understanding that message, especially after the interview. Was it an interview, or it was her explaining what the clip was all about?
And we're kind of just having fun, being a bit sarcastic with it. It's very slapstick and very on the nose. And with this set, it's like, we're not about the male gaze, but we really are about the male gaze. And we're really overplaying it and on the nose because I'm about to get smashed, which is like a reset for me and a reset for my idea of feminine divine.
What really made me cringe in this clip video is her pumping her buttocks with gas. I don't know, I just feel like it was a very cringy moment in the music video. I don't advise you to watch this music video. Please don't, because you're gonna come out traumatized. Especially that big names were in the clip, such as Trisha Paytas. She was in the clip video. I don't know what she was doing there, but she was there. The message of feminism in the clip and in the song in general, actually, we're still searching for it, because to be honest, I listened to the song again and again and again, and I still don't know what she's advocating for in this music video made by a man. But now that we've talked about the controversy surrounding her song, let's go back with her being an astronaut. After she went to space for about 11 minutes, she had an interview with the other women that accompanied her to space for 11 minutes. Yes, I know I said 11 minutes twice because I have to accentuate that she was there for only 11 minutes. But if I'm not mistaken, she was not even in space. She was barely in space. She was in the atmosphere. And the interview was quite weird to me because she was talking about her evolving. She discovered a spiritual facet of herself.
You'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch.
And I was asking myself during the interview, when did you have time to find yourself spiritually, when you were literally waving your daisy at the camera and singing, doing an entire concert in space? Like, when did you have time to actually sit down in a quiet space and meditate about spirituality? Girl, you were up there for 11 minutes. 11 minutes is literally me going to the grocery store next to my house and coming back. So in only 11 minutes, you had that spiritual change. You ascended to the spiritual realm. Like, I'm confused. You ascended to the spiritual realm in only 11 minutes.
Bruh.
Okay, girl. Sure. Why not? And now she's giving us a tour that nobody asked, because she had that epiphany when she went to space. She had that realization of how it is awesome to do all those things and advocate for people and be there for women, you know, equality and everything. Girl, I don't know who you're trying to fool, but you're not fooling anybody today. So I said she made a tour surrounding her going to space and having that epiphany. Well, let's just say that the tour was touring. How can I put her tour into words? It was a catastrophe. And I'm even trying to be nice right now. It was giving, I didn't go to the rehearsal, and right now I'm just freestyling. But the freestyle is not giving at all. We were just so disappointed. Everybody was so disappointed. I saw so many comments. People were like, oh my god, this is horrible, this is not nice, this is not giving, it is. That's all it is. It's just, it exists. She was giving us dance step that was I don't know if her choreographer hates her, but he does, because there's no way you will actually ask a human being to perform like this. She was doing this weird thing with her body. It was very weird. When I saw the clip, I was like, let's not do that. Let's leave the dancing to Tyla, okay? Let's just leave the dancing to Tyla. She knows how to dance. You, on the other hand, stick to singing. Actually, stick to lip syncing, because yes, that's what she was doing. She was not even singing her song, she was lip syncing. And when she was singing, she was literally out of breath. She was not dancing, she was just moving around the stage. And to know that people paid over $300 just to see this.
I woke up this morning and I said, I want to go to the Katy Perry tour. Like, I'm sorry, I think that would be so fun. Like, she has some bangers. And I said, if it's like $100, I will go buy tickets right now, this morning. Like, you will catch me at Madison Square Garden. There are so many tickets available. Like, these are all not even resale. Like, these are still available through the venue. And I was like, perfect. I'll be able to get tickets, no problem. I was shocked when I see how much these tickets cost. $400?
I'm sorry that you wasted your money. I'm so sorry. At least people were cheering for her. I think they felt like they had no choice, because I'm like, I spent $300. Might as well cheer. And during her tour, a lot of people were judging Katy Perry for being goofy. That is something that I will not agree with, because, well, Katy Perry was always goofy. If you check her old concerts, you will see that she has always been a very goofy person on stage. So people critiquing her for being goofy, I was like, do you know Katy Perry? She is known to be goofy herself. Like, the word itself, she's the word itself, goofy. Yeah, that's who she is. And also people harassing her, I'm not okay with that either. I do not tolerate harassment in this channel. Me personally, I would just tolerate more of a criticism. Like, if you're critiquing her, constructive criticism, yeah. But harassing the woman, it's just not necessary. But sincerely, her concert was a catastrophe. A catastrophe. It was horrible. It was not nice at all. It was not good to look at. And also, she used AI. So you removed the job of an actual designer to use AI as your background. And honestly, I had high hopes for her tour, because when she was explaining the concept, I was kind of, oh, okay, it's gonna be interesting. But it was not.
So you want them to come as their favorite version of Katy Perry. I mean, it's gonna be a night of 1,000 Katy Perrys at your concert.
Quite possibly, yes. Come dressed as your favorite character from whatever your favorite timeline is. I find it a huge responsibility. I love my new record, but I find it a huge responsibility to give them that feeling they had when they heard Teenage Dream or California Girls or Roar. I would say that my show is 75% catalog and 25% introducing you to the next iteration of me.
And you can clearly see that Katy Perry is still stuck in that era of 2010s. She has never left that era. And you can see a lot of her co-stars evolved with, you know, the change in the music industry. People, they want different things in music now. They don't want only colorful and mesmerizing things. No, they want actual talent. They want actual music. They want good music. And she's still stuck in that era of 2010s where you did catchy songs, where it was all colory and flashy. But people don't want that anymore. People want people with actual talent. They want singers, they want rappers that actually have talent. And unfortunately, she's not able to give that to us. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Katy Perry was not in the game. She was the queen. But unfortunately, that era of her being the queen has passed. I think she has a hard time with that. Maybe she should have just stayed in America's Got Talent, because, well, even in American Got Talent, she had controversies. Kissing a 19-year-old. Although the 19-year-old came out and said that he didn't feel that uncomfortable, he just felt uncomfortable because he had never kissed a girl before.
Have you kissed a girl and liked it?
No, I've never been in a relationship.
Plus, he was not that innocent. Allegedly, he had pictures of minors. So that's good. In conclusion, why is Katy Perry flopping? Well, actually, her flopping era started a long time ago. I would say around 2014, around 2014, 2013. That's when her flop era really started. But I want to separate things, her career and her personality. In her career-wise, it's just that she has made very wrong public stunt, and she has made wrong decisions. And yeah, her PR movements are not very logical and not very well executed, so it kind of went down because of that, because of bad decisions. And her music is not all that. Before, we could say that Katy Perry was up the charts, she was really up there, but right now her music is not speaking to anybody. And the reason why her music is not speaking to anybody is the lack of authenticity in her music. She says that she does this, because of that, because she has epiphanies, she has spiritual growth. But at the end of the day, if your music doesn't reflect what you advocate for, people are not really going to take you seriously. And in her personality, she doesn't stand on business. She says that she advocates for feminism, but then associates herself with a predator, allegedly. She said that she advocates for feminism, but also goes to space and contributes to global warming and pollution. She says that she advocates for human rights, but then goes on being very racist during her tours, during her concerts. So people cannot take you seriously when you yourself, you don't stand on business. Lady Gaga used to work with Dr. Luke, but she stood on business. She was like, yeah, I ain't gonna work with this man if he's a sexual predator, okay? Allegedly. And it's just that she has proven time and time again that she's a bad person. I mean, everybody that she has sued are people that were very vulnerable. The old man that had one foot in the grave, the nun that died due to her being sued, a poor woman that was just trying to do her little small business in Australia. This woman is just a bad person, and plus she associates herself with bad people. Look, I'm not one to say that you're bad because of your associations. Me personally, I've been with bad people, and I wouldn't call myself a bad person. But she doesn't only affiliate herself with bad people, but she is a bad person herself. Like I said in the video, she's a very outspoken person. She's a person that says, I advocate for this, I advocate for that. And she talks a lot about spirituality. She said, oh, I want to grow spiritually, I want to be like this, I want to be like that, blah, blah, blah. But then she does things like going to space for no goddamn reason. It was not even for scientific purposes, not for research purposes, nothing. She just went there and came back and then kissed the ground as if she was Djokovic winning a tennis match. It's just that her flopping era kind of relates to her authenticity. We live in a society where people want to look for celebrities that are relatable, even though celebrities can never be relatable, because whereas when they're having their millions of dollars in their bank account, we're still struggling with $10 and we'll be like, okay, what are we gonna eat for dinner tonight? So even though we know that celebrities can never be relatable, they try to be relatable, and at least when we see that type of effort being made by celebrities, we kind of like them for it. You can take any type of example. For example, Doechii. She plays a lot on her relatability with relatability. Oh, Jesus. You understand what I mean. Okay, guys, please. English is difficult. She plays a lot on that. When she said, oh guys, I just got fired. Guys, I had a boyfriend and he cheated on me. Guys, look at this, look at that. Even when you go on her Instagram, when you watch her stories, she's really trying to be like the everyday girl. But Katy Perry tries to be, but then her actions completely contradicts what she says. So her flop era really surrounds her authenticity at the end of the day. Is her saying this, but then doing the complete opposite right afterwards. She doesn't want to be a good person. She wants to look like a good person in front of others, but then goes on being the most horrible person you could ever think of. The thing is that she doesn't even make an effort to be relatable, and when she does, it just seems staged. Even when she came out with her album Witness, when you see the live stream that she made, it just seems so unauthentic when you look at it. it seems staged. It seems like everything was just staged, everything is scripted. Even her talk with her therapist, it just seems very scripted. I just personally think that she's not authentic, and that has contributed a lot in her flop era. That should stop, because it's okay. We're tired. We are tired of Katy Perry coming back with this and that and this and that. Let's just ignore this woman. I'm sorry, but look, I love Katy Perry. Her old music is still available on YouTube and on streaming platforms. You can just listen to that. But her new music is just trash. Her PR movements are trashy as well. So yeah, this conclusion was very long. My conclusion was longer than the video, bro. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. Please tell me in the comment section, what do you think about my fro? The afro is given. It's an afro.
It's an afro.
Thank you. It's an afro.
Thank you. It's an afro.
Please do not forget to subscribe. Oh, I'm so random because I'm tired. It is currently, what time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm filming this video very late at night. Why? Because I was just lazy to film in the morning. And also, I'm very sore. Exercise is not meant for everybody, guys. I'm telling you, it's not meant for everybody. But you know, we want summer body, so we must exercise. Thank you so much for watching my video. Do not forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be aware of any type of rubbish that I'm gonna be doing. Please do not hesitate to follow me on my social platform, my Hingram, my TikToky. The links to my socials are down below. Do not forget to comment, because commenting is very important for the algorithm. And of course, like my videos, because I am a lovable person, aren't I? Plus, it boosts my ego. So, like that video. Anyway, we'll see each other on the next video. And until then, do not forget that money fairy, my little sugar crumb, the sugar in my tea, my little panda, mon petit panda en sucre, mon petit lapinou. Ok, j'arrête. Money fairy, and au d'abord.